Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about NZDUSD using the Tricon strategy. I told you I have two strategies that I teach in my mentorship. The first strategy is swing trading and the second strategy is for day trading or lower time frame trading. So now today we're going to be talking about the one for swing trading, and that is the Tricon strategy. So this one simply combines demand and supply, top-down analysis, and support and resistance. The other one is consisting of only demand and supply, maybe a little bit of support and resistance. And then we go. So today we're going to be talking about the Tricon strategy. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Also, do not forget to like the video at the end if you feel like you've learned something out of it. So let's go for it. This is NZDUSD and this is the 45 minutes time frame. So what do we do in this strategy? I always state my rules, and I told you must have a rules-based strategy. A rules-based strategy is what is going to direct you on what you're supposed to be doing. If you don't have a rules-based strategy, then just know you don't have a strategy, because your strategy should have a clear plan on where to enter from, which conditions should be made in order for you to enter, where should you put your stop loss, where should you put your take profit. That is now what we call a rules-based strategy. If you don't have a rules-based strategy, then you don't know what you're trading. You're just gambling into the market. That should also give you what you're supposed to risk and how you're supposed to risk on it. So now let's go. Rule number one says go to your highest time frame. That is my rule number one for this strategy. You have to go to your highest time frame. So I'm just going to be doing what the rule says. So in this, I'm going to be using my daily as my highest time frame. So after going to your highest time frame, what do you want to do? We are going to go straight to rule number 2, which says mark your structures. So rule number 2 says mark your structures on the highest time frame. Which are the structures that you want to mark? You want to mark your support and resistance. You want to mark your demand and supply zone. So I can see a demand zone here, and then I can see this is the previous support that price bounced off and then broke out to form resistance. So now this is a zone that I'm going to mark clearly like that. So I not only have demand, a supply at this zone, I also have a support that turns into resistance at this zone. So this one becomes a strong area for sales than anything to do with buys. However, we only going to enter for sales with confirmations. If you don't get confirmations, then we shall not be looking to sell from that zone. So what are you going to do? We are going to go straight to rule number 3. Oh, and also before you go to rule number 3, you have to identify the direction of the market on the highest time frame. So on the highest time frame, we are having lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high. Now this is a lower low, so we are putting in something like a lower high before we can drop down to the downside. I hope you are together up to that. So now rule number 3 says drop down to medium time frame. Number 3, drop down to medium time frame. So after getting confirmations on the highest time frame, we are supposed to drop down to the medium time frame. And the only reason that takes us to the medium time frame is when price is at our zone. If price is at our zones that we have marked, that is now when we go to the medium time frame. If price is not there, we don't go there. So I'm just going to click here and show you what I'm trying to mean by go to. So if price is here, we have just broken this previous structure. So in order for me to drop down to the medium time frame, price has to come to that zone like that. So if price has gone into my zone like this, this is now when I want to go to my medium time frame to look for confirmations to start selling. And what are the confirmations for selling? We are looking at a head and shoulder, we are looking at demand and supply zones. In this case, it's going to be supply because it is going to help us to sell our confirmation, or a double top with a break of the neckline. Any of the three can help us to start selling the market. But before that, we are not doing anything. So now price comes and taps into our zone. So what do we want to do? We want to drop down to our medium time frame. And what is our medium time frame? In this case, our medium time frame is going to be the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so now we are on the 4-hour time frame. Here we are going to be looking for confirmations for entries. We are going to be looking confirmations for entries, and also we want to refine our zones on the medium time frame. Remember, I told you on the medium time frame, this is where most of the work happens. So you want to also refine your zones on the medium time frame. So I can see that price broke out from here, went up and then dropped down. So this is my supply zone, 3 candles being engulfed, and then I want now price to come and show me that it wants to start selling from this zone. I can see price making high highs, high lows, high highs, high low, high high, high low, high high, high low, high high. So this is an uptrend. So I want price to confirm for me that it is going down in a downtrend. It can do that with a QM pattern. It can do that with a head and shoulder. It can do that with a double top with a break of the neckline. It can do that by making lower lows, lower highs, and then I sell on the supply zone. So anything that price is going to be doing in that zone, I'm going to be much more interested. So guys, this is why you need to subscribe to the channel, because I always give you premium content. Subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to like the video at the end of the channel, because most of you guys that are watching my videos are not yet subscribed. I always have 300 viewers, 1000 viewers, but the subscribers are very minimal. So it means some guys are just watching videos for free without subscribing. So guys, make sure you subscribe, and then we can support the channel. So I'm just going to give you 5 seconds, you subscribe, and then I proceed. Okay, I hope you have subscribed, guys. Whenever you subscribe, you support the channel. So now let's proceed. Now price is approaching our zone. We want to look for confirmations here. So rule number 4, okay, before I go to rule number 4, we need to get confirmations. And I told you what are the confirmations: head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, double top with the break of the neckline. We can get also supply zones to drop, even the triple top, but that rarely happens. So if I see price tapping into my zone, I'm going to be dropping to my entry time frame to look for confirmations for entries. So now I'm just going to play price forward. Boom. So when I play price forward, price taps into my zone but rejects it. This can be enough. However, most of the times I don't want to consider that, because I want price to sit into the zone very well, because sometimes like that now, this is what I consider. Sometimes price can just reject, then come back to take you out before it can sell. Now, after price has entered my zone clearly like this, that is my confirmation to drop to my entry time frame or lower time frame. So I'm just going to say drop to lower time frame or entry time frame for entries. So now the time frame I'm going to use to entries is the 2-hour time frame. That is where I'm going to drop. Now this one, I'm just looking for price to come and break this previous low to form a head and shoulder, and then I can start selling to the downside. Before it does that, it is still in an uptrend. I think you can see high high, high low, high high, high low, high high. So I want this low to be taken out, because this is our protected low. People who trade those SMCs and whatever, this is the low that is not supposed to be broken. When we see a break from this low, this is a change of character. On the retracement to make a head and shoulder, we start selling. Simple, straightforward, clear to the point. This is why you need to subscribe to the channel. And also guys, don't forget, I also do mentorship. My mentorship is only $100, so you can join. The link is in the description and the bio of this channel, the description of this video. You can WhatsApp me if you want to get the book. I have a book that I wrote about these 2 strategies. it is only $10. So mentorship's $100, the book is only $10. So let's proceed now. And I'm only doing mentorship for this year and next year. After next year, I'm no longer going to be doing mentorship. So what you'll have to do is very simple. You'll be watching only my videos on YouTube. So let's proceed now. Now all the rules have been met, so we're just waiting for price to show us. And guys, as you're waiting for these candles to print and come and show you what they want to do. You get the point? That is what you're waiting for, these candles to print such that they can show you what they want to do. Otherwise, you just have to ignore them and see what is happening. If you try to force the market, you're going to be burnt. So I'm just going to play price forward. Immediately we play price forward, you see that we get a very huge drop to the downside. Now this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So if you go to the line chart, you can see it clearly breaking these two previous lows. This is no doubt that we are dropping to the downside. So do we enter from here? No, we wait for any significant retracement back to this support, this is the resistance zone, and then we can sell. So I'm just going to play price forward, and you see price comes back up there. Now we are entering on this rejection candle, because after price has come back up there, our stop loss is going to be here, 30 pips only. 30 pips only, guys. Our stop loss is 30 pips. And look at the head and shoulder, guys. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, then we make a QM, and then this is the right shoulder. So we enter from there and then target the downside. Simple, clear. This strategy is simple. However, you have to trade it with confirmations and patience. If you're not patient, it is going to be hard for you to win in this strategy. So you see immediately price starts to drop down. Now I'm just going to track it on the daily or 4 hour, because the trade was gotten from the 4 hour, from the daily. So where should I put my rules? So this is 100, this is okay. Let me go to the 6 hour and see if I can track it better. 6 hour is still also there. Look at the drop, guys. Price just kept on dropping. I think let me go to the daily such that we can have a better view. Price kept on dropping because the zone was valid. The zone was valid and the sales were imminent. So this is a 1:3. That is going to be at least 1:5 TP. So price just kept on dropping to the downside and hit our take profit at this level. So that is 190 pips. 1 is to 6. So you just hold. That's why I told you this one is for this strategy is for swing trading. So you just hold the market, hold until when you hit you take profit here. How many days did it take? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 days. That is around 2 weeks, and it hits your TP at this level. It is worth the wait because it is eventually going to give you the pips, and it is a high probability trade. So now I think that is all, guys, for today. I just wanted to make this video to be quick. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to like the video if you've learned something out of it. That is all. Bye. Let's meet tomorrow. Follow the video step by step. If you have not understood, kindly watch it again, and don't forget, guys, if you have not understood, watch the video as many times as possible. You'll get what you're looking for. So that is all for today, guys. Bye.